Alright, so it's the end of the semester again. It's been a really busy one, but I got to, meet some new friends, get some really interesting work done, and learn a lot. So with assignment 4, our piece was a work of speculative fiction built around the idea of a creator figure, sort of like Mother Earth, or even a god-like figure, reflecting upon their creation of the Earth and mankind's ultimate destruction of it, inevitably leading to them having to remove the majority of mankind from existence in order to have the Earth heal. For this piece, I took on the role of being the primary editor and narrator, which meant a lot of hours spent right there in front of the computer, editing the piece, trying to find the exact right pace and sounds that I needed to flesh out the soundscape and really make it into a piece that would stand on its own. I also finished off about half the script, saw some sounds during the editing process that I found were necessary, and did a lot of research in the process of writing the script and for annotated bibliography. So in the project I attempted to have numerous different sound signals to orient the listener in terms of both time and location. These sounds included the sounds of animals, machinery, gunfire, and humans being born, to really signify the growing dominance of humans over time, as well as the pace of the initial birth of the Earth. In addition to that, I worked in some utilization of rear surround and rear EQ on some of the tracks across the, I believe it was 86 that we used. I also used the fade in fade out function to influence the ADSR envelope. We went through a number of changes, with our initial vision being of aliens coming down to Earth to mimic humans' treatment of animals. So enslaving them to make them like livestock, pets, put them in zoos, that type of thing. We eventually moulded the idea to have more of an environmentalist stance over an animal rights stance, and we changed the idea of the aliens to the creator figure to explore a bit more of the connotations that would come with the creator retrospectively looking back over the Anthropocene and seeing the damage that humans have done to the ecosystem. Our group at Pecorano was supposed to give us the draft script, but unfortunately they left RMIT before they were able to hand it in. So we got something together with what research we'd done and continued ironing it out across the production of the piece. Once we got a bit of a draft script sorted, we worked out what sounds we needed and where they'd be placed roughly in the script. Once the script was done and we could start on the pre-production, we started listing what sounds we would need and roughly where they would be in the finished product, and then we started on the narration. Once a couple sounds were collected and the narration was finished, it was time for me to begin the very laborious process of editing the whole piece together. After a few days of placing each sound in what was the appropriate place and doing some rudimentary EQ work, the soundscape really started to feel full and the piece came together. In a near finalised state, I sent off the files to Chrissia to do some narration EQ work, and as well fill in some blanks of what I've missed. In addition, she put in some music which really fleshed out the piece and made it all sound really full. She then put those files in our group Google Drive, where Louis was supposed to do the final mix, but I ended up doing that one myself. After all that, the piece was finished, and turned out exactly how I'd hoped it would. Our speculative concept really allows us to provoke some interesting questions from the work itself, as well as of the listener. When listening to our piece, I intended to convey a feeling of melancholy during that middle section where industrial and city sounds really overwhelm the listener. With this, the audience is being presented with a not exactly uncommon soundscape for today's modern world, which is used to disrupt the initial peaceful nature sounds of the introduction. We attempted to utilize this to prompt the listener to consider the distinct differences between the two soundscapes, which one they prefer, and how they are contributing to the soundscape of the modern world that they are in. In the future, if we were to refine this piece into something for a larger showcase, the first thing I would like to do would be add some more diversity to the animal sounds. This would show the diversity of life between the pre-Anthropocene and post-Anthropocene sections. In addition, that also helps to position the listener, which showcases that this is more of a global issue. Ideally, I would also like to utilize a lot more of the different features of Reaper to create a much more diverse and interesting soundscape. Being on such a time crunch, I found it difficult to implement a lot of the effects that I would like to. Sorry if there's a little bit of a difference there. My camera, for some reason, has a 20-minute record, and it cut me off completely in that sentence, so I have to edit this in and splice this in. Where was I? Working in a group for this project, I would say, was a lot of fun, as it led to a project that couldn't have been done as a solo undertaking, but it definitely wasn't exactly free from hiccups. We encountered a bit of difficulty getting the necessary pre-production work done, but once it was organised, the main production of the project proceeded really smoothly. I'm extremely appreciative of the effort that everyone put in, especially considering that we had to work to the wire and everyone's got other projects going on as well. The amount of effort that everyone put in, especially towards the end, was really crucial in getting this piece to the standard that it's at. In the pre-production process, everyone's efforts in organising the files for the editing was essential in getting everything organised and proceeding in production smoothly. In the future, I would just like to have a little bit better communication with my group, as there was a couple periods of radio silence from all the members across the board. This hindered our ability to work on the project in tandem, which was a key feature of working in a group. However, once we did get everything together, it proceeded in a really pleasant manner, and the project was pretty enjoyable to complete, so in the future I would like to have that continue. Anyway, yeah, I think that's been long enough, so hopefully that was enjoyable, hopefully that was reflective. I enjoyed this semester, and hopefully I never have to make another vlog again.